Hey everyone, my name is Wesley Litton, and my two words are pointless and hopeful. I grew up in a very loving family and was technically raised Christian. I love my parents very much and cherished my childhood and teenage years with them. However, they weren't perfect. I say this because despite the fact that they were Christian, I wasn't really taught what it really means to be Christian or how to act like one. I simply went to church on Sundays because they went, and that was the end of it. I didn't have very many friends that went to my church, or any church for that matter, and thus lived a mostly very agnostic life. I always believed in God and thought of myself as a Christian, and even got mad at people who harshly criticized it, but looking back on it, it was just a label. My childhood and teenage years were filled with love, safety, and relative financial security. But despite all of this, I began to develop depression in early sophomore year of high school. Truth be told, I likely had depression quite a bit longer than before that, but that year is when it was at its worst. My grades were plummeting because I didn't really care about them. I distanced myself from my friends and family because I didn't believe that anyone would actually care about someone like me. I felt like I was completely useless, an embarrassment. I remember thinking in those days that I had no real reason to be sad. There was no traumatic incident, no sad story, and the guilt of having nothing to really be upset about was only making me feel worse. True, I had everything I needed to be happy and secure, theoretically, yet none of it was satisfying. There was no joy or reassurance in the things I had because none of those things could convince me that I wasn't useless. My life felt pointless. Everything was pointless. Thankfully, my observant mother saw how detached I'd become from her and made me go to a counselor. I won't lie and say I had some sort of life-altering experience with my counselor, but the medication he prescribed and his guidance did help. However, it was still a small bandage on a gaping wound in my soul. I still felt hollow on the inside. I still felt that nothing really mattered, especially me. That all changed rapidly, starting on my first day on campus at U of I. I decided that, since I believed I was a Christian, I should join a church or a Bible study of some kind because that's what Christians do. I decided to join Crew, but it was more out of a sense of obligation rather than a genuine desire to know God. But soon enough, I found myself desiring to grow closer to God because of the selfless and unconditional love that I saw and experienced from all my friends and peers that were in Crew, as well as the profound truths that I was shown in the Bible through Bible study. God showed me that by sacrificing His cherished and His only Son, Jesus, how much He cares for me, how much He cares for all of us. There's more worth in us to Him than all the riches in the universe. Knowing this produced in me a sense of purpose and hope that I'd never known until this point. He showed me that He's not some calloused and far-off deity who's watching us suffer from His kingdom in the clouds, but instead is with us every hour of every day. The love and reassurance I felt from Him put me on the path of dedicating my life to the Lord and helping those who believe themselves worthless or unimportant, as I once did, to understand how cherished they are by God. My life is by no means perfect now, nor am I always in a good mood or overjoyed to love others. But getting to know God has shown me that even on the worst days, when all I can see is the bleakness and evil in our world, there is hope. In God, I could be hopeful of a better tomorrow, hopeful of life after death, and hopeful in the knowledge that God is with us. Thanks for letting me share with you.